Well, hello NIBA, it is Matt Hale here, and if you don't know who I am, that's fine, and I'll explain that in a moment. But what is important to know is that over these kind of trying few months, I've been putting together a few tips and tricks on, despite all the stress, the anxiety, and all the bits and pieces which are kind of consuming us at the moment. I've got a few tips on how to feel fantastic. Even if you're someone who's not normally someone who worries or stresses or becomes negative, it's been a little hard to escape that over these last few months. So I would love to share with you these 8 tips to feel fantastic. But also, I'm going to give you a free audio which helps alleviate that stress as well. It's a little free program. So later during these tips, I'll show you a little way that you'll be able to jump hold of that audio. But let's get straight into it. I'll explain who I am and give you those tips. You may know me from doing my comedy hypnosis shows. I may have performed at a private event you've attended, one of the many corporate events I do, or you may have seen me do one of my conferences where I talk about mind hacking happiness, all those kind of things. But I am stuck at home kind of thing. I can't do any live events, but I've got some great things to share while I'm at home. So I thought I'd jump on and do a few things. So today I want to tell you 8 ways that you can feel fantastic. So let me just get over here and we'll just zip through them one by one, because there's a lot of craziness going on at the moment, right? There's a lot of negativity around. You know, you're getting it more from the news, from your social media, from friends, from your own personal situation, from family, from colleagues. But that's, just because it's so much around us, it doesn't mean we have to become a victim to it. So these are 8 tips that are going to help you kind of beat that, fight that, just feel generally fantastic. So tip number 1, I would say, and there's 8 of these, exercise for 30 minutes a day, ideally outside, if you can. Social distancing at its best, and under certain rules at the moment. But of course, healthy mind, healthy body. It's a famous phrase, and it's a famous phrase because it's absolutely true. So try and get 30 minutes exercise a day. It really does make you feel fantastic when you're exercising. Okay. Let's go to number 2. Accept any anxious feelings you feel. That's just a learned behaviour. You are not born as an anxious, worrying, stressy kind of person, but we kind of learn habits. If we react to certain situations in a certain way or a number of times, eventually our mind goes, oh, all right, you must be that kind of person now. I'll run that as a general pattern for you. So we do not have to remain that kind of person if we are. If you're more prone to stress, anxiety, worry, you weren't born that way. You've learned to be that kind of person, and we can unlearn that. So just take time to acknowledge that you don't have to be a victim of any of those negative thoughts that swirl around. You can take stock. You can sit back and kind of go, okay, no, this is just my worrying, crazy, illogical brain doing this. I'm going to choose to let that go. Wow. That'd be kind of cool. I'll give you something to help with that as well soon. Number 3, take 15 minutes a day just to simply relax. Like to simply chill out, right? Something I love doing. I'm fortunate to live down near the coast. There's a lovely point I can go and just sit on a little hill called Sunset Hill, and I can stare out there for hours if I want, but I can really lose myself. That is super relaxing. But it's so important just to switch off for 15 minutes, however you need to do that. I do have a very special audio I've put together that helps you do exactly that, and I will give you that for free. I'll put the link up at the end of this little chat, and we'll also put it somewhere in the comments or post wherever this is posted. But yes, if you want something very specific to really help you relax, if you do find it hard to relax, I've got a special free audio for you that you can use at any time, and it just quiets your mind down, helps you become a more calm, relaxed person. Also, it sets you on a program of not being so reactive, not so worrisome, not so stressy in situations. So if you are prone to that, it will help change that. Okay, number 4, let's have a look here. Eat 3 meals a day and choose good food, of course. And if you can, limit your sugar, alcohol and caffeine. We're not saying give it up unless you want to, and of course I can certainly help you with that. But a little bit of everything's fine, but just don't go overboard, because all these things, sugar, alcohol, caffeine, they do kind of stimulate your body and sometimes overstimulate your body. And because worry and anxiety is actually a physiological response, so we don't want other stuff that's going to help us kind of like, really wire us as well. So if you're eating good foods, you're going to feel better. Healthy mind, healthy body, healthy mind. Easy, hey? Okay, this I love. Increase the joy in your life. Make sure every day you are doing something that makes you feel great. Something silly, something happy, something joyous, something wonderful. But make time to do it, because if you're someone who just doesn't have the time, it doesn't come naturally, you need to be putting time aside to make time for happiness. A very, very silly example. You may be on TikTok, I don't know, your kids may be on TikTok, but I joined TikTok a little while ago and I love making these stupid 15-second videos. It's become a real part of what I do. I've even got my parents involved now. My dad's gone viral. Yeah, over 3 million hits on a couple of his videos. It's been insane. And just doing those silly little 15-second videos makes us all feel fantastic in this bizarre situation we're currently in. And if you are interested in TikTok, my username is HypnoHale. Go and find me. But find time to put some happiness. Again, when you're placing happiness into your daily routine, it becomes just something your mind is, I'm a much happier person. It's part of what I am. Number 6, talk to yourself in a bold, confident way. Whenever you're going into situations, make sure you are acting your best. I feel good. I feel fantastic. If you're going into a meeting, if you're going into something which would normally make you feel a bit anxious or a bit tricky, a bit awkward, go in with a little bit of self-confident talk. I'm going to really enjoy this meeting. I'm going to remember all these people's names. Hey, how good is this day going to be? When you sometimes wake up and feel, oh God, here we go again. Hey, how about if you started telling yourself, today's going to be a great day. I'm going to be super productive. I'm going to feel good. That self-talk becomes your inner voice. It smashes all those other stuff that's come before it. We can change patterns all the time. Okay, number 7. Find a little anxiety distraction technique. If you are someone who is becoming overwhelmed by negative thoughts, and for some people that's a lifelong problem, or not lifelong at some point, but it's been going on for years. But for other people, just because of the current situation, they're finding themselves a bit more anxious, a bit more feeling stressy because of the current situation. Sometimes you don't even know what's bringing it on. It's just the general vibe out there. But just find a way you can distract your mind. Your mind cannot hold 2 fully formed thoughts at one time. I always say to people, try and have a go-to thought, a go-to memory. It could be a particular moment in time. It could be when you got married. It could be when you met your partner. It could be when you had your first child. It could be a particular amazing wave you caught when you were surfing. It could be a particular beach. But have a nice memory. Find that beach in your mind. Think about it. What does it look like? How does it feel? What's going on around you? Just engage in all the happiness of that moment. Have that as your default go-to thought. Again, because your mind can't hold 2 fully formed thoughts, when you start getting a negative thought, boom, okay, counteract it with that happy one. Think about that. Again, over time, your mind's going to start automatically defaulting much happier. Again, it's all about patterns. It's very easy. All right. And number 8, get plenty of sleep. Get plenty of sleep. Sleep has, or sleep deprivation. If you don't get enough sleep, that actually scientifically alters your mind, alters your body, makes you feel awful to some points. You know the difference between getting a great night's sleep and getting up in the morning thinking you can beat the world, to actually having had the most awful night's sleep and just terrible, and you get up and it's like you just can't face anything. The difference is getting plenty of sleep. Over the next few weeks, I will be sharing a little free audio on how to get better sleep as well. So if you would like that, do keep in touch with me. But yeah, it's so important. So whatever you're trying to do, try not to be spending so much time on your devices. Try to cut that down. Try to get to bed at a good time. Get up at a decent time, but try and be getting those 8 hours in if you can. I will help you later on over the next few weeks with getting that sleep though. But look, I do want to keep in touch. There was an audio I mentioned earlier. I've been sharing it with the community and people have been loving it. If you go to this link here, matthale.com.au/anxiety. I will give you a free audio which will actually just help you relax and tune your mind down. It is pattern forming, it's relaxing, it's calming. You don't need to be an anxious person to use it. If you just want to use it to actually calm down, just relax, just feel kind of better with the world, it's going to help you too. It's a 15-minute recording. I do advise you listen to it once a day if you can, or just whenever you feel like you need it. But we put it out a couple of weeks ago. People have been loving it, and what people have been saying is just helps them distract their mind quite easily and relax. If you would like that, head to that link there, matthale.com.au/anxiety. I'll send that to you for free. And if there's anything else I can help you with, always feel free to keep in touch. I'm very active on social media and on my email and everywhere else. So get in touch. Any other questions about this or anything else I can help with you, please let me know. It's been wonderful to join you, and all the happiness in the world to you. Cheers.